Hey guys, it's me Crystal, and my voice sounds terrible because I've been sick all week, but I wanted to go ahead and film my book haul because, as you could probably tell, my shelf is missing from the back, and that's because I am getting a new shelf this week, and so I had to move everything off. And while everything is off, I want to reorganize my books and figure out where everything is going to go, because getting a new bookshelf is a good time to rearrange things. And I have some new books that I bought that I would like to start organizing, so I want to go ahead and film this video because I do feel a lot better. I just sound really bad. So starting with the ebooks, the first one I got is Slasher Girls and Monster Boys. As far as I can tell, this is an anthology of, I think, like, dark stories, like maybe dark fantasy and horror. I'm really not sure, but there are some authors that I like that are in it, so I picked it up. The next ebook I picked up is another anthology called Beware the Little White Rabbit. This has been on my TBR for a while, and as far as I can tell, it's an anthology of like fantasy and magical stories. The third ebook I picked up is another anthology called Enchanted Magic Ember. This is part 2 of a planned trilogy in this anthology series. It's the same 3 authors that are in the first part, and the stories in this book are related to the stories in that book. It says romance novellas on the front, but I didn't find them to be super romancy last time. The next ebook I picked up is The Moth in the Mirror by A.G. Howard. This is I think it is a prequel novella. I'm not sure. I think it has something to do with the Mad Hatter. So I picked this up. And the last ebook I picked up is Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. This has also been on my TBR for a while, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up while it was on sale. A review that I heard about this book, this was a few years ago now, but she said it was very scary, and at the time, I didn't want to pick the book up because I didn't want to be scared. Of course, now I'm actually kind of hoping that it is a little scary. If you're not familiar with the book, Cruel Beauty is Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I hear that it's very dark. I think it's like a historical fantasy kind of setting. The first physical book I picked up is The Traitor Prince by C.J. Redwine. At first, can I just say how gorgeous this cover is? And the second, this is a retelling of The Prince and the Pauper and another similar, like more obscure fairy tale that I can't remember the name of because I've never heard of it. But it also, to me, the description sounds like it has a lot in common with The Man in the Iron Mask, so I'm really excited about that. The author lives in Nashville somewhere, so I actually got to go to the book launch party for this, and she was giving away like magnets and like Lululemon leggings and also like these little necklaces, and I want one of these necklaces and I'll take it out and show you. And of course I got it signed. And the necklace has this little crossbow on it and a vial of like glittery purple sand. So while I was at that bookstore, I picked up this Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. She also lives in Nashville sometimes when she's not splitting her time between Nashville and Edinburgh and Scotland. And she stops by this bookstore a lot and leaves signed books, so I picked this up because it was signed. This is a book I've been thinking about reading but not really wanting to read because a lot of people who read this book said it made them cry, but they also said that they really enjoyed themselves. So we'll see. I don't really know what this book is about. I also picked up The Bone Witch by Win Chupeco. So the title for this book is pretty self-explanatory. It's about a bone witch who's like a necromancer, and she accidentally brings her brother back from the dead, and that's all I really know about it, but it's been on my TBR also for a little while. Next, I picked up The Elysian Prophecy by Vivian Reese. I did a book tag for this last week. So it's about these kids, and there's like a dark secret and a mysterious island, and it sounds super dark. Okay, so these next several books are all by the same author. The first one is The Hummingbird Heart by A.G. Howard. This is part 2 of a quadrilogy. These are new adult paranormal books. I don't really know too much about them. I'm pretty sure each book is focused on a different member of this family, but I wanted to go ahead and pick this up. And next I have Untamed, also by A.G. Howard. I think these are a collection of like short stories all set in the same world as the Splinter trilogy. And then I picked up the Splinter trilogy box set. Even though I already have some of the ebooks, I wanted to pick up the physical books because they are beautiful. So there's Splintered, Unhinged, and Ensnared. So these are all the physical books that I bought this month. So I think once I get the new bookshelf up, I'm going to do some bookshelf tours for the ones on my desk, and then the new one back there, and also the one in the kitchen. I think one of the reasons I got sick was because I kind of wore myself out moving stuff around last weekend. The shelf that was in the kitchen, I moved into storage, and then I moved the shelf that was behind me into the kitchen. And so then all the books that were in the kitchen, since I had taken them off, I took the opportunity to rearrange that because that wasn't really very efficient. And so I moved all of those books upstairs, and then I moved all of my like fairy tale anthologies and like really heavy books like that. I moved all of those into the kitchen. And between, running up and down the stairs carrying big stacks of heavy books, I was really exhausted by the end of the day. But that is all for this video, and I will see you guys in another video later. Bye.